Hey, welcome to my first video in this series where I'm chronicling my PMHNP journey. In this video, I'm going to give you 3 things I think you absolutely have to do to get prepared to start your PMHNP studies. My name's Rick. I'm a registered nurse. I currently work in the emergency department here. And I'm also a PMHNP or Psychiatric Mental Health Nurse Practitioner student. My program, which I'm taking through one of the local universities here in my city, is a 7-semester program. I've just finished the first semester, which was Advanced Pathophysiology, and I'm about to start the second semester here in a couple of weeks, which will include Advanced Pharmacology. And if you've done any research into the nurse practitioner programs, you know that these are 2 of the hardest classes that you can take. So I'm pretty happy that I'm getting them out of the way right up front. It's still going to be almost a full year before I actually get into psychiatric studies, but I will still think there's some things that you need to do if you're preparing to start as a PMHNP in your study, in your program, or if you're even thinking about it, and at least do these things during your first semester, right? So here's the 3 things I think you need to do to get prepared for your PMHNP program. All right, number 1 is start today connecting with other PMHNPs in your community with an eye toward preceptors. Now, it's probably going to be a year or so before you actually need to have a preceptor if you're just getting started into your program. But you need to have preceptors lined up for most programs within 6 months. So you need to start today, even before you start classes, which is what I did, to start looking at potential preceptors. Now, if you know, or if you don't know any PMHNPs in your community or any psychiatrists or anyone like that, the number 1 place you need to go is LinkedIn, and that's what I did. I have started reaching out to other PMHNPs. I let them know I'm a student looking to connect with the community. And I've now built up about 100 connections within LinkedIn just here in the local community. Now, I don't recommend you jump right out and start asking them to be preceptors. What you want to do is take some time, maybe every 30 or 60 days, to just connect with them and ask them advice or ask them what they think about a certain issue in mental health. But to build a relationship, build some awareness of yourself. And then when it gets closer to time, start reaching out and asking if they can refer you to anybody that might want to be a preceptor. So number 1, get connected to other PMHNPs and psychiatrists in your community through LinkedIn. Number 2 is get PMHNP. Now, PMHNP is a study tool which has been invaluable to me in my studies. I used it all through nursing school. It saved me getting through advanced pathophysiology. There is no way that you're going to be able to read and retain the amount of material that you're going to get each semester in your PMHNP studies. PMHNP really helps you shortcut that process and retain much, much more. I'm going to put a link below, which is a special link they gave to me since I've been using them so long. Go check it out if you decide to get into it. It's a monthly or annual subscription. It's very reasonable. You'll get a 20% discount if you use that link below. But PMHNP really helps you retain a lot more. It's the best go-to study tool you can find to get through the PMHNP studies. And number 3 is prepare your family for what's going to come. If you're going to continue to work while you're in the program of your choice, then it's an even bigger commitment. Now, I was fortunate enough to be in a position where I could go PRN, and I'm really, during the semesters, just working 1, maybe 1.5 days a week, because it's so much that you have to do to stay on top. There's a lot of writing, a lot of reading, a lot of studying. If you can cut back on your work schedule, that's great, but you really have to prepare your family. You're going to need a lot of quiet time to study. You're going to be constantly preoccupied mentally with balancing what you've got to have done for school, what you need to get done for work, what you need to get done with your family. And they need to be prepared for that preoccupation. In fact, I would say if it's going to be really tough for you to set the time aside to be able to do this. I would wait until you're in a position to do that. It can really hamper your studies if you've got people that aren't supporting you. And I don't mean overtly. I don't think your family is going to discourage you, but you just need to let them know you're going to be very preoccupied, very tied up with your PMHNP studies. So that's my 3 tips to help you get prepared for PMHNP school. Number 1, get in LinkedIn and start connecting with PMHNPs in your community. Number 2, make sure you get Picmonic. Use it. I think they have a free version. It's not nearly as robust as the paid version, but it might be helpful. So at least go in there and check it out and be prepared to use that. And number 3, get your family prepared. Get your friends prepared. You're not going to be around as much. This is an arduous, very challenging program. So they need to know you're going to be preoccupied. You need the time assigned to study, and you might even take a little bit of a financial hit if you need to cut back on work. So hey, if you got any questions, just put them in the comments below. I read all the comments and I will respond to any legitimate questions. Also, if you enjoy this, please consider subscribing to the channel. Hit the bell for notifications. I'm going to try to post a video each week, but certainly more than anything, if you've got questions that you think I can help you with, go ahead and put them in the comments. I promise I'll get to them. We'll see you in the next video.